Hello guys, my name is Kiki and welcome to my channel. I've been a crafter for almost 30 years, yeah, that long. But if you want to learn how to decorate your home on a budget while having fun at it, hit the like, subscribe and stay tuned. DIY number 1, and for this one we're gonna take our plaster of Paris, a bowl and some water, and we're gonna mix them together to make a texture that looks like pancake batter, something like that. Just add your water to your plaster of Paris, then let it bubble and then start mixing. You're gonna mix really well, just like this, going all around it, making sure that you have everything. Now I'm gonna grab this beautiful mold that I got from Amazon and I'm just gonna pour my plaster over here and just pour on all of those spaces like that. Then I'm just gonna tap them really well so I can release all of those bubbles. Like this. Then I'm just going to use my alcohol and I'm just going to spritz a little bit of that. I'm going to let them dry for 2 hours. Then I'm going to remove them from the mold like that, removing all the overpour that I made. And then I'm going to let them dry for 1 to 2 days. After that, I'm going to take cinnamon brown and I'm just going to paint them completely like this, all of them. Then I'm going to take my tulip puffy paint and I'm just going to start decorating them like they are gingerbread houses. I'm just gonna go all around it like this, just having fun, adding a little bit of that puffy paint, making dots like that, and just making it look cute. If you have doubts on how to decorate a gingerbread house, go to Pinterest or Google and just search for some gingerbread houses. You will find lots of beautiful houses over there. And you can get some inspo so you can make cute houses. I'm just playing around with my puffy paint just like that, just decorating, adding here and there, adding squiggly thingies. And I did that to all of the houses. After I have all of them ready, I'm going to take this beautiful molds from my beautiful friends from Craspire. And those are Christmas trees. And I'm just going to pour some of that plaster of Paris like that. Tap, tap, tap. Then add a little bit of that alcohol, a spritz, so we can remove the bubbles. Then I let them dry, and here you can see I'm just gonna paint them with the same cinnamon brown. I'm just gonna go all around it like that, covering all the tree like this. Then I'm gonna let it dry really well, and when I have them, I'm gonna grab my puffy paint in red and white, and I'm just gonna start decorating it. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just make dots all around it like this, just going around the tree just like that. And after I finish with that, I'm just gonna start adding my white, and this will be the snow. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna cover those steps to make them look frosted, like they have snow all around it. When I finish with that, I'm gonna let it dry and repeat that with the other one. And I have all of those ready, so I can take the smaller ones and just make red dots. This ones came with the mold that you saw from Amazon. I'm just gonna make dots like this, just to decorate them like they are with Christmas lights. Then I'm gonna take my snowman and I'm just gonna start adding some black puffy paint. And I made the hat, the 2 eyes, the mouth, and as well I made the buttons on their belly. After that, I took some of that red and I just make his scarf. Then I'm going to let them dry really well so we can start assembling. And I'm just going to use 2 pieces of wood. And I'm going to use this stir stick and I'm just going to glue it like this on the back to make the back part of our village stand out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play around with my houses just like this, making sure that they are where I want them, like that, so I can start gluing. And now I'm going to take my tree and I'm just going to place it over here. Then I'm going to take the other one and I'm going to place it on the other corner. And as you can see, I'm just playing around with all of these houses before I start gluing. This way you will make sure that you'll have them where you want them. So I started with the ones in the corner and then I'm going to start adding the other ones like this. Just gluing them on the bottom just like that. And they are so stinking cute. I'm just going to add one here. And then I'm just going to add this ones over here in between those that I have on the back, like that. And I'm going to add 3 of them. Let me just add this one here. And as you can see, I'm just going to the corners and then to the center of my village. Then I'm going to add the ones that go here. And I'm going to add the other one on the back or the corner of here. And then I'm just going to add the trees over here just to measure where I should glue the other ones like that. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to glue my trees just like this. Then I'm just going to continue gluing everything like this, including the trees and the snowman. As you can see, I'm just gluing the snowman over here. And I'm going to glue the other one over here. Then I'm going to take my trees and I'm just going to start gluing them as well like that. And here you can see how beautiful they turned out. Let me just show you so you can see all of them. And here you can see it. And I'm so in love with the gingerbread lane that I created. I think I'm going to make a peppermint avenue as well. Let me know what you think in the comments below. In DIY number 2, we are going to take one of these jars and I'm just going to remove the top part of the jar like this. I'm just going to cut it really well like that and score it and cut it until I have removed that. Then I'm just going to make this part a little bit thinner just by removing the center part like this. I'm just scoring it. Then I'm going to cut it. And as you can see, I just messed it up a little bit up there. Now I'm just going to add a little bit of wood glue. That's wood glue. Yeah. Over here and glue it. Then I'm going to add a piece of tape like that to make sure that it will stay. Flip it over like this just so the glue sets. And in the back, you can add a popsicle stick, but I'm just going to use a piece of this canning that I had. I'm going to add a little bit of hot glue like this and a little bit of hot glue over here as well, just to make this a little bit more secure. Then I'm going to flip it over and I'm just going to grab my flag red paint and I'm just going to cover it completely like this. I think this is apple red. Yeah, I think that one is apple red. Now I'm just going to take this decal that I have made with my Cricut. If you want to make it, I will have it in my description box down below so you can make the same one. And it says Santa Cocoa mug. And I'm just going to add it to my mug like this. Then I'm going to remove that transfer tape and add the pieces that I forgot. And after I finish with that, we're going to be ready to start decorating the handle. And for that, I'm going to use a little bit of this vinyl and just cut it in strips like this. Just add it like this, like that. And I'm just going to continue all around it like that. Then I'm going to remove the excess just using a cutter like this. And this is one of those cutters. You can use a box cutter, an X-Acto knife, anything you want. Here you can see it, and now it is ready for decoration. For that, I'm going to use foam clay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a spoon, and I'm just going to smooth down that frosting or whipped cream over there. This foam clay came a little bit wet, so you can add a little bit of glue to your regular foam clay to get this texture. Now I'm going to take the sprinkles that I got from Amazon and I'm just going to sprinkle some of them over here, making sure that they are stuck just by patting them down like that. And after I finish with that, this needs a straw. So we're going to take one of those beautiful straws that you can find at Dollar Tree and I'm just going to cut it like this. Just measuring and cutting to size just like this. Then I'm going to stick it over here and add a little bit more of that foam clay like that using my finger. After that, I'm going to add a couple of sprinkles just to make sure that it blends in. And then we will have a beautiful cocoa mug, but it needs something to cover up the back. So what I'm going to do, first, I'm going to add a bow to the side before I start covering the back because, yeah, it needed a bow. So I'm going to make a hot glue bow over here. And you can see my tutorial for bows on the links above. So you can go and check out how I make my hot glue bows. And I'm just going to make it like this. Then after I have my bow, I'm going to tie it in the middle like this. Just tie it really well, making sure that your leggies are going down. Play around with it, fluff it up, and then add a little bit of hot glue to the back and glue it over here. Now I decided to cut those leggies a little bit more. And now I'm going to flip it over and add some felt to the back to make it look cuter. And here you can see it, and this one is one of my favorites. It is so cute, but I want to know what you think. So go ahead and let me know in the comments below because, yeah, I'm biased. If you're new here, thank you so much for clicking on this video. I would love for you to subscribe and become part of our YouTube family. And if you're a returning subscriber, you know how much I love you. In the description box down below, you're gonna find the links to all of my social media so you can go and check me out over there. DIY number 3, and for this one, we are going to take a couple of plastic cups that you can find at Dollar Tree and anywhere. And I'm going to grab this paint from Folkart, and it is glitter paint, and I just love it. And I'm going to grab this sprinkles. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab one of those plastic cups and pour a little bit of that paint on the bottom. Then I'm going to grab one of my paint brushes and I'm just going to spread it around like that. I'm going to go all around it just like this. Then, while this is wet, we are going to grab our sprinkles and we're going to start sprinkling some of those sprinkles inside. Just grab a pinch of those sprinkles and go around it until you have enough sprinkles around it and you have it the way you want them. Let them dry. Then grab one of those plastic bowls, a foam clay. You can use anything you want. This one, I found it to be like a little bit too runny for my taste, so I decided to use it for this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pour a little bit of that here and I'm going to add lots of that Elmer's glue. I'm going to mix them together really well, just like this, just going around. Make sure that you just mix it really, really well. I'm going to mix it well like that. Then I'm going to add a little bit more of that Elmer's glue so it is wet and runny as we want them. Want it. No, want them. And then I'm going to take my plastic cup and I'm just going to go all around it, just spreading that like this using a spoon, just like this. And then we're going to let it drip. So you're just going to set it aside and let it dry really, really well so you have some drips. I painted this with tan paint on the inside. I lost the footage for that, but I'm going to use 2 cardboard toilet paper rolls, something like that, and a cardboard lid. For that lid, I use a piece of cardboard and I just cut it to size just like this. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just glue the toilet paper roll on the inside of the plastic cup like that. Then I'm going to take one of those lids and I'm just going to glue it to the top like this. Now we have it ready to decorate. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of foam. I'm going to cut a piece like this. I'm going to cut it in half. And I'm going to make an iceberg kind of pyramid thingy. Yeah, you just want a pyramid. So don't worry if it looks like an iceberg. After that, add a little bit of hot glue. Glue it together like that. Take one of those straws from Dollar Tree and just cut it in half. Make sure that you stick it to the side and then take your spackle, mix it with a little bit of white paint, mix it really well, put it on a piping bag with 1M Wilton piping tip and start frosting your iceberg. Go all around it like that. Then just add the straw over here where you had it. Add some sprinkles all around it like this. And then we need to make something for the top. I'm going to take this beautiful mold from my friends from Craspire, and you will find a link in the description box down below so you can go and check them out as well as a coupon code. I just added some hot glue, and then I remove it when it is set. I'm just going to spray paint them using any spray paint color because this one doesn't matter. We're going to cover it. This is just primer. After that, I'm going to take melted chocolate, and I'm just going to cover them completely. And then I'm going to add them like this and one to the other one. And here you can see both of them and they are so cute. But I want to know what you think because this eggnog milkshakes are super cute. DIY number 4. And for this one, we're going to make a cake. So we're going to take our plaster of Paris, some water and a bowl, and we're going to mix them together really well. Make sure that you have some sort of pancake batter when you mix your plaster of Paris so you have enough plaster of Paris and a good consistency that it will dry quicker. Go ahead and mix them really well and then take your mold that you greased with a little bit of that Vaseline on the inside, petroleum jelly, and just pour that. Let it dry for 2 hours, remove it, and then paint it in the color tan. Like this, then let it dry and come back with royal gold and just paint all over it. Just like this, then let it dry really well. While that dries, just go ahead and grab some chestnut color and a sponge. Just make sure to tear some of those chunks of that sponge so you can make a cake-like look. For that, I'm just going to dip my sponge on the paint and I'm just going to start sponging it like this, just to make it look like it is baked, like that. Then let it dry, and while that is drying, we're going to mix Elmer's glue with our foam clay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add it to the bowl. That foam clay, it's a little bit wet and I don't like to use it. But for this one, it's just perfect and you can use any foam clay for this. So add your foam clay to the bowl like that and just mix it really well with lots of Elmer's glue. Just go ahead and mix until you have a runny kind of consistency. This will make the most beautiful drip ever. Go ahead and just mix it really well. Add as much Elmer's glue as you need. And then grab your cake and start frosting it. Let me just finish here so you can see it. Now, grab your cake and with the spoon that you were mixing, just go ahead and frost it like this. Just spreading it all around it like that, and this will drip on its own. So you just go ahead and just spread it really well and let it drip. That way you will have the most beautiful frosting drip ever on your cake. Just go ahead, make sure that you add enough. And after you have that, you're going to decorate with this before it dries. So you can stick all of your decorations to the frosting. So keep on going. As you can see, I'm just helping that drip, but you don't have to because this will drip no matter what. Now I'm going to take some of these berries from Amazon and some of this thingy that I got at Walmart, and I'm going to start adding my berries and my greenery like this, just going all around. And here you can see it. I added enough of that greenery and berries, and it is looking so super cute. And here is our cake, and I'm just loving it, but I want to know what you think. So go ahead and leave me a comment about this beautiful bundt cake in the comments below. If you want to buy me some crafting supplies, you will find this link in the description box down below. You don't have to do that. You can support your favorite creator by watching, sharing, and liking their videos. But if you want to buy me crafting supplies, this link, you will find it in the description box down below, and you will get a shout out in my channel. Now it's time for the final reveal, and here you can see all of them together, and I'm so in love with all of this. They are so beautiful, but I want to know what you think, so go ahead and let me know in the comments below. Remember that in the description box down below, you're going to find a link to Craspire and also to Craspire products, so you can go and check them out. They have lots of beautiful things, and I know you're going to love them. If you love them as much as I do, you will find as well a coupon code, so go ahead and check them out. Those prices are so awesome. And remember, we will have our last Christmas in July video next week, so come back to see what I make on our next video. And that's it for today. This is everything I have for you. Remember, let me know in the comments below what you think about all of them, and share this video with a friend because that's the free way to help this girl out. Take care, my beautiful friends. Bye-bye.